Heaven must be like this. There we go. All right now. It's a little bit heavier, but so be it. Oh, that's that slim thick chunk. Steve old baby, what up? Just got home Sunday from hospital. The nurses didn't want me to leave. Haha. You putting that charm and pizzazz on the nurses. That's what I'm talking about, man. The energy and that confidence is contagious, man. I told you. I told you. Morning, William Kime. Good morning. Good morning. What's today? Tuesday. Second day of the week, man. Morning. Second day of the week. Make sure y'all doing y'all thing, man. Positive energy is contagious, man. I'm telling you. That's why when I be talking about, like, a lot of guys be having this feeling like when they going out, to socialize and meet women, it's a chore. It shows in your demeanor. Good morning. Good morning. It shows in your demeanor, and it'll affect your experience, not necessarily the outcomes, because we don't want to be outcome dependent, but it would definitely affect your experience in general. Because if you go into the situation thinking, oh, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be meeting nobody, I don't want to be talking to nobody, it's like, well, how do you expect to attract people? How do you expect to get into a relationship? How do you expect to get somebody to want to be attracted to you enough to want to have sex with you? Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to at least be a cool person. You got to at least be cool to hang around. Good morning. Got to at least be cool to hang around. Good morning.
Good morning.
That's a pretty pit right there.
Thank you. You know where those pills are?
Peace, Miles. We tough on Tuesday. Yes, sir. Joe Blast, what's good with it, man? What's good with it? What's good with it? Hopefully y'all getting the notifications. The numbers is looking back to normal. So hopefully it's not just a fluke. But look, guys, always remember, I'm gonna have to start, like, calling it out. Always remember, if YouTube ever kick us off, you can always find us at mrlucario.com. You can find me at masculineidentitymembership.com. You know, Miles in the Game on Instagram. Like, there's places where y'all can find us, bro. And because if YouTube kick us off, then it's gonna have to be, you have to catch us on Instagram posting with stories and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, bro. I'm not taking none of this shit for granted, and I'm not acting like we're gonna be here forever. Cause these people are different. These people are different. And And somebody mentioned it the other day in reference to this type of shit. Like, it's an election year, so things are changing. Morning. Things are definitely changing. So let's not take none of this shit for granted. Morning. We don't make no money off of YouTube, but they still allow us a platform for the time being. So just gotta be appreciative and grateful for the time allotted. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Steve O says, you're not kidding you're not kidding, Miles. Now I get why having an identity is important. You see? It takes some time to get it. Sometimes it is what it is. It takes some time to get it. Excuse me. Take some time to get it sometime, but it's all good. As long as you get it, better late than never. You know what I'm saying? But we out here though. Put a question in the chat if y'all want to talk about something. It's Tuesday, man. Um, the whole thing, with morning. And it's not just an identity, man. It's your life, man. It's your everyday. It's the things that you do, things that you say, your thoughts, your words, everything. Morning. You have to. A lot of people are trying to make it to heaven, but see, how about you start your vacation early? Good morning. Start your vacation early. Create the heaven that you want to see. You understand? That's what you got. I think that's the meaning. Morning. I think that's the profound meaning of all of this. To to create heaven while you're here on earth through knowing who you are. If you're in heaven, wouldn't you be a blessing to others? And everybody would be happy. Everybody would. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you want to. That's what you're striving for while you're here. You don't need to wait to die to get to heaven. You can literally create it here, and actually, it's more satisfying because now you don't have to die to get to heaven, and it's the heaven that you experience will be a heaven of your own creation, not necessarily of the mythical God. You see what I'm saying? Good morning. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but what I'm saying is, what's the point of waiting? Like, you know what I'm saying? What's the point of sitting in life being unhappy, right? It's like, nah, get to work on creating the heaven that you want to see and that you want to experience. Like maybe you could subconsciously challenge yourself. Say, hey, let me see how close I could get to heaven before I die. So when I actually get to heaven, I can compare it. You understand? Maybe that's a challenge that you can give yourself. You like, I mean, is that not a good challenge to give yourself? It's like, let me see how close I can make this reality to heaven. So, for those who believe in, the afterlife and heaven when you die and all that other shit, if you believe in that, then say, hey, let me see how close I can get to it before I actually have to die. And on top of that, I can be proud of it because I created it through my minds, through my thoughts, words, actions, through my mindset, through the value that I provide, and through the value that that others provide for me, the people who I decide to include in my life and shit like that. Good morning. The like-minded individuals who are compatible with me, I include them in my life, and then I create this. I, I create this synergy. I create this energy around me, and then every day that I live, I wake up and I'm happy to wake up. Is that not heaven? You see what I'm saying? So let's not wait, bro. Let's not wait for heaven. Let's work hard to create it. Morning. Let's work hard to create it. Salute to you, my good brother. Salute, salute, salute. Dave G said, "Hell yeah, heaven on earth for sure." I'm telling you, it's if you consider it, consider that making your challenge on a daily basis to create to work to strive towards creating the heaven that you want to see and experience on this earth in this reality right now. Now, of course, of course you got to have patience, right? Of course you got to have patience because good morning, because things are good morning. You have to have patience and you have to have gratitude, right? Because just because you're not exactly creating the specific good morning, the specific type of heaven that you might want right now at this moment, remember that time is relative. So all you really got to do is keep working and just and be grateful. Be grateful for what you have now. Be grateful for the fact that you even have the opportunity. You understand? But the point is to put in the work and to get there. That's the point. You feel me? And I think that could be a good challenge for all of us. If all of us was really in that frame of mind, trying to create heaven on earth, you understand? Put ourselves in positions of power and value so we can be valuable to others and others do the same. Good morning, good morning. That's what it's all about, right? Because when other people are rich, they spend money and they inject it into the economy. And then that money somehow makes it to your paycheck. Yeah, right? And then you come to work, you work hard, and you help your company make money. And then your company spends money. And you also take a paycheck home and you spend money on different products and services. And that money goes to the people creating those products and services, and it goes right back into the economy. And it's flowing. It's going all around, all around, all around. So we're all connected in that way. That value connects us, right? And then we create that heaven through hard work, through an abundance mindset, through gratitude, through positive thinking, all that type of shit, and it all comes together. And then ultimately, what are we all doing? We're all living heaven. Good morning. We're literally creating heaven. You know what I'm saying? We're all at peace. We're all doing like hopefully you can figure out a way to do something that you love. They say that when you do something that you love, you never work a day in your life. So isn't that just like heaven? Do you think that you would be working in heaven? No. In heaven, you would be doing something that you love to do all day, every day, right? Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's why you got to find what you love. Get into who you are. Get into your masculine identity. Get into who you are. Figure out something that you really love, and then monetize that shit. So just like in heaven, and when I say just like in heaven, I mean the heaven that we all imagine. What the figurative. Good morning. The figurative image or idea of what we think heaven should be. You're not going to be working in heaven, and so it's the same thing on earth. If you're doing something that you love every day, that's heaven. Um. Uh. Could have sworn I was next to you, but anyway, DG Miles. I've been reading Marcus Garvey's philosophies and opinions, and a lot of shit he said and wrote reminds me of how you talk to us. Powerful shit. Brother was ahead of his time. Yeah, that's facts. My pops is really into Marcus Garvey. Almost every time I talk to my father, he'd be telling me some shit from Marcus Garvey. For real. Now, Marcus Garvey was one of those dudes. Definitely. Julio Studio, he said facts. He said, always tell people whether you believe in good morning. Believe it out, not or not. If you live in hell, you will go to hell. If you live in heaven, you will go to heaven. Facts. Steve O Baby says, being in that hospital, instead of crying about it, I saw it as an opportunity to work on my speaking skills. There you go. There you go. Shabu says, great live, 100. There you go. Mindset, right? Thoughts, words, actions. So you look at your current situation and you say, okay, I'm in the hospital. Now, what do you think about the fact that you're in the hospital? Well, you can think, man, this is horrible, man. This is bad. I'm in a bad position. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't be here, blah, blah, blah. Or you can think, hey, like you said, this is a great opportunity while I got some downtime to work on my speaking skills. You get what I'm saying? So again, thoughts, words, actions. These are the ways. These are the way that these are the different ways that you can create your heaven, right? Because how you perceive things start with what's going on inside your brain. So that's where it starts. That's why we say the truth is inside you, because that's where the perception starts, inside. So before you say anything, you got to think about it first. So what are you thinking of? So for your example, Steve-O, what are you thinking about the fact that you're in the hospital? What do you think about it? Do you think about it as a disadvantage, or do you think about it as an opportunity? You understand? Good morning. It's really up to you. It's up to you to make the choice to decide what you're going to think or what you think about your situation. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, guys. So yeah, man. Let me see. William Kime says, I spent a week in the hospital with a broken back. I had so much fun chatting with the lovely nurses. There you go. There you go. That's what I'm like, guys. That's what I'm saying. You know who you are, because look, you think of heaven, right? In heaven, you're not worried about resources. You're not worried about responsibilities. You're not worried about. See, there's always a way to think of stuff, because even when you look at responsibilities, a lot of people is like, oh man, I'm responsible for this. I'm responsible for that. I'm responsible for this. But see, another way to look at responsibilities is privilege. Because when you're responsible for something, that means that you have a privilege to be in charge of something. Good morning. Right? You embrace the privilege of being in charge of something. So for example, if you say, I have a child, or I have a kid, and I'm responsible for my kid, that's a privilege, because you put yourself on a path and on a journey of parenthood, of father. You're different from just a man. You're different from me. I don't have any kids, right? I'm the closest thing I have to that is being an uncle. So your path is different. You have a privilege of responsibility. You have things that you're in charge of. You have things that you're responsible for. Now, the average person will look at it as, oh my God, I got this to do. I got all this obligation. I got this, I got that. And it's like, nah, it's actually a privilege. But again, you have to choose to look at it how you want to look at it. So if you look at it as an unwanted obligation, then you're going to treat it as an unwanted obligation. But if you look at it as a welcomed privilege, you're going to treat it as a welcomed privilege. And guess what? The guy who looks at it as a welcomed privilege, good morning, is more than likely going to be a better father than the guy that looks at it as an unwanted obligation. You see what I'm saying? It's just all the way you look at it. Good morning. Steve said, I didn't want to be in that negative mindset. So I thought, hey, why not? When there's a will, there's a way, right? Exactly. And what's will? Will is basically a choice. Will is basically a choice to create the reality that you want to see. That's your will, right? Will is a choice to put your energies into creating whatever it is you want to see. That's your will, right? They say, let thy will be done. So basically, whatever you will, whatever you want, whatever you desire, whatever you decide, right, to put your energies towards, that becomes your will. But again, You have to decide internally what that is. And then from that point, that's where you direct your energies. William Kahn says, my 5-year-old daughter that some people would call an accident helps me tremendously in my horse training and sales of horses because of her ability as a little equestrian. Okay, exactly. Exactly. So you choose to focus on how she's an asset to you and your business. And that's your choice. You could do like the other people and choose the other way too and call her an accident and be like, oh, I got a daughter, man, I got to spend money on her. But you focus on the fact that she actually makes you money. And guess what? That's the part that's more effective. And now, and you have a successful business, and that's partly because of her. And that's a beautiful thing. And that's heaven. You see what I'm saying? That's heaven right there. That's heaven. And because you look at her as an asset, guess what? I bet you treat her a certain way too, right? I bet you make sure that you, good morning. Because you look at her as an asset and because she helps you with your business, I bet you treat her a certain way. I bet you make sure she's happy. You make sure you spend time with her. The time that you do get to spend with her is always quality time because you look at her a certain way. So therefore, your brain, your mind, your thoughts, words, and actions respond to her a certain way, right? So the relationship, more than likely, the relationship between you and your daughter is a very beautiful thing. But that's all because of the results that's all because of the choices that you made of how you perceive what your daughter means to you. You see what I'm saying? You decide that. That's a beautiful thing. I'm gonna have to get your information, William Kime, and come get some horseback riding lessons or something. I don't know if I could afford a horse right now, but I could definitely come get some horseback riding lessons, man. It was I thought it was next week, bro. I don't know why. But guys, I am going to switch over to Instagram. Like I said, it's Tuesday. If y'all missed any of the shows over the weekend, make sure y'all hit the playback. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Kay Zagin's new YouTube channel called The Return of Manhood. The Return of Manhood. Go check that out. Because YouTube was acting funny and took off his other channels. I don't know if they brought it back. He's trying to appeal it, but in the meantime, go subscribe to his new joint. And what else? I don't know. Oh yeah, go get your live stream tickets. Go get your live stream tickets. Hit the link in the description. It has everything. It's a link tree. So the one that says get your tickets to Vegas, it's the same thing. You get your live stream tickets in the same place. And what else? Oh, also hit the link in the description to get your soap. Get your soap. All right. I might be doing another soap giveaway sometime soon. So make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, man. If you new here, subscribe. Hit the bell icon and get all notifications. So when I go live and I do a soap giveaway, it'll be popping. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to everybody that participated in Media Monday where we showcase music. My man AJ Lino was on the docket, and another cat called Mixing with Macro. He was on there, so appreciate y'all for participating in that. Yeah, man. All right, so it's your boy Miles Cunningham. Hope you're having a great day. Be good to yourself, and remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. Come follow me over on Instagram. I'm going straight over to my Instagram, Miles in the Game, Miles in the Game on Instagram. Come over there. I'm gonna finish out the rest of the walk over there. All right, peace.